What is going on today, fam? Before I jump into what this video is going to be about, please let me take a quick minute to just introduce myself. So my name is Mark, and since I was a little kid, I've really struggled with my mental health. And so that inspired me to create this YouTube channel and a podcast as well, so I could share my stories and also speak to other individuals so they can share their stories and their perspectives that they've gained from just going through different struggles in their lives. And so at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is just push some good vibes forward into the universe. And if you're down with that kind of stuff, then please do me and yourself a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and check this stuff out when it gets released. And if you're not new to this stuff and you've kind of been following it for a while, then thank you so much. That means the world to me, and you are the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. So enjoy it and keep supporting the notion that no matter what somebody is dealing with, they are not alone. No matter what you're dealing with, you are not alone. And no matter what I deal with, I'm not alone because I got you. So before I talk too much in this introduction, let me just jump into what it is exactly I wanted to speak about today. So what I wanted to talk about today was just feeling burnt out or feeling kind of run down. And the first thing I'm going to let you know is if you're feeling burnt out, if you're feeling run down, then this is a normal feeling for people to have. It happens to all of us at different times of our lives, and it may happen multiple times. I know that it has for me. But I'm just going to run down like what this feeling feels like and what you could maybe do about it. Even though I'm going to start off by just saying I'm not an expert or a mental health professional. So let's just bear with me here as I do my best navigating around this situation. So everyone's situation's different. Maybe you're a single parent with a young kid. Maybe you're a student with a huge workload right now. And I know a lot of students are dealing with, having to do all of their classes online. Not a lot of people are doing classes in like an actual physical classroom, so that can be pretty stressful as well because it puts a lot of accountability and responsibility on your shoulders. Maybe you're just kind of working multiple jobs, or maybe it's just one job, but the feeling of feeling burnt out, the feeling of being run down is completely normal no matter what your situation is, because every single person has like a different size of a tank of gas, for lack of a better term. So you may feel like you got more gas in the tank than you do, and you might just be kind of burning yourself out. You might be running on empty. So if you're feeling like this, then obviously you're going to want to change up whatever situation you're in right now. Whether that is, maybe trying to get a little bit more sleep, waking up a little bit more early so you're not rushing every single morning, which obviously is going to make you need to go to bed earlier as well, because you still need to get like that 7 to 8 hours, whatever works optimally for you. And if you're one of those people that thinks that you can just run off of like 4 hours of sleep, that's probably why you're feeling burnt out or run down. It's not really a normal thing to do, but I digress. Do what works for you, I suppose, but I recommend getting like 7 to 8 hours of sleep. The next thing I'm going to suggest is maybe change up like your exercise routine. So if you're not exercising right now, maybe consider getting that into your schedule. Even if you feel super busy and you feel like time is the enemy right now, if you carve out maybe 45 minutes, that's all it takes, as frequently as you possibly can, maybe 3 times, 4 times a week, or preferably every single day. I can promise you that the results that you get from exercise, and I'm not talking about physical results, I'm just talking about how it changes your mind state, is really going to A, give you more energy, and B, make you use your time a little bit more efficiently. But I've talked a ton about that stuff in the past. If you want to go and check out my older episode of this podcast that talks about more benefits of working out or exercise, then you can go and check that out as well. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that topic just because I've already done a whole episode on it. The next thing I'm going to suggest is maybe just change up your entire routine altogether. If you're able to change the schedule that you work, then try and do that. If you're able to maybe set a little bit more time to spend some time with friends, which I'm going to get to in a second. Then maybe try and do that, but just try and juggle your routine around, because sometimes I know for myself, having a little bit of change in my schedule can really make a huge difference. It kind of makes me a little bit more excited for my day, and it just keeps things fresh. It keeps things new. So that seems to work for me. If you can, this is a huge one right now, and this is something that I neglect doing a lot. So if you're able to, schedule a bit of time off for yourself. Maybe 1 day, 2 days, maybe a whole week if you can. As much time as you need to kind of recuperate and regenerate that energy that you need, so that you can keep going on whatever grind you're on right now. Because, man, God only knows we're all on a grind right now. I've got like 2 more to go through right now, so this is coming up to the end right now, but these are probably the best 2 I could think of. So I saved them for last. The second last one is spend some time doing something or enjoying something that money cannot buy. And I know this seems a little bit weird to suggest, but this could be anything from going for a walk outside in the park near your house, to spending some time with your family, your friends, your loved ones. But it really could just be anything that, money cannot buy. And the reason that this is an important one is because these things that money can't buy are things that can't really be taken away from you. If you run out of funds, if you're kind of strapped for cash, whatever it may be, you're always able to come back to these things and be able to enjoy them and be grateful for them. And I just experienced in my life that the more time you spend enjoying things that money can't buy, the more grateful you are for everything else in your life. So that's a huge one for me. And the very last one is another one that I seem to neglect quite a bit, which is maybe just reassess your workload. Maybe just spend some time thinking about, do I have to be doing all this work? Is there a smarter way to do this? You always hear the term or the phrase, work smarter, not harder. Maybe you don't need to be grinding as much as you are right now, or maybe you're just kind of burning yourself out by doing what you're doing. So this is where you're going to have to practice saying no. And this isn't something that I really like to speak too much about, because I find no to be a negative word, and I think that you should say yes to a lot of different opportunities. That being said, if you're feeling a little bit burnt out, if you're feeling a little bit run down, then practicing saying no when someone's asking you to do something more is going to be, extremely effective. And it's also going to be really empowering for you if you are somebody that struggles with saying no to, people that have different requests for you. It's going to give you a little bit more freedom. It's going to make you feel like you're a little bit more in control of your schedule. All in all, if you're saying no to a bunch of things that you don't necessarily need to do, or someone is able to do on their own, then it's going to give you a little bit more time, obviously, to spend by yourself, but it's also going to get someone to do something that they're able to do on their own, which is going to be empowering for them as well, whether they want to see that or not. So if you know any tips or techniques or anything like that in terms of feeling burnt out, feeling run down, then please share them, because obviously I'm not the only one that's felt this way, and you're not the only one that feels this way if you do feel this way. Obviously, comment them below. You can reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook or anything really, Twitter, whatever. All my handles are at Mark D. Henny. That's Henny like the drink, Henny. All one word. So reach out to me and let me know if you have any tips or tricks that help you deal with being burnt out or run down. Then share them so I can share them with more people and they can feel better. That's all I got for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this little rant. And I hope that if you are feeling burnt out or run down, then that changes soon. Thank you so much. Have a good day, a good week, a good month, and a good year for the rest of 2020. Enjoy your life as much as you can. Thank you so much, and peace out.